We're back, and today we're going to talk about how to do this shot that I posted on Instagram a few weeks ago. It's kind of a blend of the curler, that's a staple of the game, and the all-out power of the driven shot, both of which we've covered on the channel before. Now, given that this technique is all about generating power,
I called it a sledgehammer. That's it. That's not bad.
it's super important you properly activate your body and to get your foot on the ball to establish that connection. Not forgetting, of course, the most important tool for footballers before unleashing some top bins action, the resistance band. The new Football Folk training program is now live. More on that later. Now, if the curler or whip shot requires that angled approach to the ball and the smash and grab is more straight on, well, then our trusted strike is going to be somewhere in the middle. Enough angle to wrap your foot around the ball, but not too much where you give up the power of striking through. Giving us the best of both worlds, if you will. Number of steps back, whatever you want to get up to speed and confidently swing through the strike. Don't overcomplicate this part. Next is foot placement. First we have the planting leg. With the planting leg being the first to address, it's extremely important that it lands fairly close to the ball, pointing somewhat towards the target area. This closeness is essential for a couple of reasons. First, it allows us to be a bit more precise with our kicking leg contact as we're not reaching, but also by not reaching, it allows us to be balanced through the strike, ensuring we don't blaze it over. Now, we can't talk about the planting leg without talking about the glutes and the hips.
But before we do that, we first need to come to the kicking leg for this bum action to kind of make sense.
So contact on the ball, where exactly do you strike it? Well, if the angled whip approach is on the lower far side of the ball to generate the lift and the curl, and the power shot is in the center to ensure you don't sky it as you strike through, well, our power curl is somewhere in the middle. At first, you may find it a little easier to hit slightly lower, and once you get the confidence and technique down, striking more through the ball, getting closer to the power zone.
I tend to use the navicular and middle cuneiform bones, which from searching foot anatomy is the hard top inside part of the foot, allowing you to punch the ball, generating even more power.
That brings us on to arguably the most important part of the clean connection with the ball. And you can see this with almost any strike, and that's the leg extension through the contact with the ball. It takes many reps and many years in some cases to get this right. And along with the planting leg being too far away from the ball, this is the most common issue you see with players' passing and shooting abilities.
I go over this in detail in the shooting with power video, and I also talk about the importance of squeezing the toes as you contact the ball, and I'll leave it just up here for you to watch after.
So in order to get the full extension through the contact, we need to create space for that leg to be straight. We do this with the hips, like we mentioned earlier.
By not loading down and through our glutes, quads and other muscles are also involved.
It makes it impossible to strike the ball with all the steps we've just talked about.
Oh no.
Putting you off balance and making you feel really tied up in your hips.
So by fully loading into that planting leg and shifting your bum back, it allows us room to fully extend the kicking leg on contact and to get our torsos forwards, resulting in a more powerful balanced strike through the ball. From there, if you've nailed all the steps and you're balanced, you'll transfer your weight onto the kicking leg to complete the follow through, and with any luck, watch the ball sail into the top corner.
Now, as simple as this technique looks in real time and with all the steps laid out for you to replicate, piecing them all together where you get good consistent results that you can rely on, it takes time. It takes experience, repetition, and constant work and adjustment to your technique. So having a good understanding of how your body moves and the fundamentals of the game is kind of crucial. And if you don't, then you're not going to be able to troubleshoot and adjust your technique accordingly when you don't quite execute it in the game situation. So to ensure you're not trying to run before you can walk, I've developed a comprehensive training program where we spend 7 days laying out all of the fundamentals of the game, structuring each session so that it builds off the last, allowing you to better develop the basics of the game and allow your body and arms to really flow naturally. We also include a daily 1000 touch warm-up routine that you can do from your bedroom to master your control over the ball, as well as recovery sessions and so much more.
The program is officially live, and I'll leave a link below for you to sign up if that's something you're interested in. Plus, it's a great way of supporting the channel. That's all for this technique. If you are wanting a little bit more detail on how to incorporate more power into your strike, then I'll leave that just here for you to check out. It's a good one. Thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and good luck with your Tekkens.